Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to be sharing with you my newest printable hand lettering worksheet set called the Daisy. I am going to flip through this with you and show you some hand lettering, but first I want to pause quickly to say that if you are watching this video the week that this video goes out or when the worksheets launch, and you are interested in getting this worksheet set, make sure to grab it right away because we're having a huge sale for launch week and you will get it at quite a discount. So I will leave all the details in the description box below for you. But with that being said, let's get right into flipping through the Daisy worksheet set. So the Daisy hand lettering style is made for you to use your monoline pens. So I'm going to show you some examples of felt tip pens that I like with this worksheet set. But I actually just posted a video on my favorite pens for monoline hand lettering, and I show you a little bit of the difference between monoline and brush pen lettering if you've wondered what that is all about. So you can see in that video some of the different pens that I like to use for this style of lettering, and let's just flip through so that you can see kind of what this style is. So first things first, we have our full page of lettering. With this one, I actually gave you a blank line at the bottom to practice with. So you are going to see the letter, and then the first stroke and the second stroke, and then the letter that it creates. And so you have the opportunity here to practice each of those strokes individually, which I really think simplifies the process of hand lettering. So we have that for both our lowercase and our uppercase letters. So I love this style. I think it's a beautiful and casual monoline script. I really like the uppercase letters and the lowercase letters, and I think they could be used individually, like where you do all of your lettering with lowercase, or where you could use the uppercase letters as more of a like print style. I don't want to say block style because they're not really block letters, but a lot of them could be used all together as kind of a standout word. And so I think that's really fun with these worksheets. I did want to point out that these are quite a bit bigger than the Eloise worksheet set. If you would like me to do a comparison video, I can do a comparison between all of the different monoline worksheet sets that I have. But aside from there actually being a style difference, they're obviously not the same writing style. They are a little bit bigger because I wanted you to be able to use more of these marker style monoline pens. So sometimes with the smaller lettering, it can be hard to use like an actual marker. And so I wanted to be able to make a worksheet set where, yes, you can use a pen, but also if you want to grab like a highlighter or the other end of a zebra mild liner or something like that, you should be able to have enough room to use one of those pens as well. And I'm going to show you what I mean with the highlighter when I do some lettering using these worksheets. The next part of this worksheet set we have are these quick start pages, and I really like these for after you feel a little bit more comfortable with your hand lettering. Instead of printing out and practicing a whole page of lowercase a or b, you can have one line per letter, and then you have the uppercase and the lowercase. So you're going to get capital A, lowercase a, and then capital and lowercase a. And I think that this can help you to build some of those connections naturally. Not all of them will connect, but I do think that it's a good practice to kind of start figuring out how you may do those combinations of uppercase and lowercase. And the next thing we have are our 101 motivational practice words. And this is probably where you're really going to see the difference in size between this one and the Eloise, because a lot of these words I had to give their own line because they got a little bit longer with the larger lettering style. But again, I think that's just going to lend itself really well for you to use your bigger monoline pens. And I hope that that helps you to take some of those pens that you might have and practice creating a beautiful lettering style, even with what feels like some of the most basic of tools, like the other side of a Tombow brush pen. And lastly, I have this continuous alphabet page, and I think this one can be great for a couple of reasons. You could get some really great practice using this whole alphabet, just going from A to Z all at once, but I also think that it can help with lettering connections. So the reason that I do the 101 motivational practice words is so that it helps you with those lettering connections. As we connect different letters to each other, sometimes we have to adjust where we're ending off our letter, or different things like that, some spacing issues, or just making some adjustments to make sure that our lettering looks great, even when it's put into a word. And so I hope that the 101 motivational practice words helps with that, but I also think that this page is a great one for that as well. The other reason I think this is a really fun page is you can compare your pens. So if you are not sure which pen would look best with a different lettering style, you could do a line of each one with different pens just to kind of see what you might prefer, what feels the best, what outcome is the best. So there are just a few different options for this page as well. I did want to point out that size-wise, this one is a little bit smaller. That's usually the case with these in my worksheet sets because I I want them to be all on one line, and I could not fit this lettering style all on one line the way it was sized before. So just keep that in mind, that you do have a little bit of a size difference from one to the next here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some lettering using some different pens, and I hope this gives you a great example of what this lettering style looks like. Okay, so first I'm going to be using the Stabilo Pen 68. I really love this one, but I actually really love all the ones that I'm going to share with you here. So I will link that video below if you want to learn more about my favorite monoline hand lettering pens. I think the only one that I'm going to use in this video that I didn't use in that one is the highlighter. And in this one, I'm switching between the Zebra Click Art and the Tombow Dual Brush Pen. And I'm using the monoline side of the Tombow Dual Brush Pen. You can see, honestly, there's not a huge difference in the way this looks. So it might come down to a preference of which colors you like, or what your budget is, or if you want the brush pen side, or if you don't really care too much about the brush pen side. I mean, I wouldn't say they're identical, but they're pretty similar. So just think about some of those other things when you're pen shopping, and maybe that can help you to buy the perfect pen for you. And even things like how big it is and does it fit in a pen case. I know that the Tombow dual brush pens are pretty long, and so sometimes they don't fit in certain cases, and that can be something to think about as well. And for the 101 motivational practice words, I'm using the Staedtler TriPlus Text Surfer. I believe this is a highlighter. The color that I'm using is the black, but there are a lot of lighter colors. They just can be a little difficult to see on camera, especially when I'm tracing something. So I went ahead and used the black so that you could see it a little bit more easily. This highlighter is actually one that you can kind of push hard and almost get like a brush pen look. I wouldn't necessarily call it a brush pen, but you can definitely get thicker and thinner strokes depending on how much pressure you apply. But I still like to use it for this kind of lettering as well. And so I just wanted to give you an example of using something besides a hand lettering pen for your hand lettering. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you want to grab these worksheets, I will leave the link in the description box below, as well as a discount code for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave a playlist here for more monoline hand lettering. If you are looking to create monoline hand lettering, I think you'll really enjoy that playlist. So that will be right on the screen here for you, and I will see you over in that video.